Thing I learned at Founders Circle, and one of the swaps, I believe it was from Glenda, she had used something called Shimmer Paint, and I'm so excited. What we use is the Stampin' Up. I'm using champagne for this one, so it is actually the Stampin' Up Shimmer Paint, but I actually am putting it in a spray bottle. So I just took an old Stampin' Mist bottle. I measured in half a teaspoon of the mist. And then I have about, I don't know, 3/4 of the bottle full of rubbing alcohol. Gave it a fantastic shake. And now I can take any of my cardstock and make it become shimmer paper, just like our shimmery white. So I'm just going to spray it from fairly far away. You can't really see it from up here. And I'm just going to spray it on. And because I'm using the rubbing alcohol, it doesn't take too long to dry. Now I could set it with my heat gun. Ooh, it's so sparkly. I don't know if you can catch that on the camera. If you want more sparkle than what this does, you can certainly add more shimmer paint to your mix, but I hope you can see the twinkle there and what's happening on this box. So I'm gonna let it set to dry, and then I'll come back and we'll put this project together. But now I have a Bashful Blue shimmer paper. So as you can see, I pre-stamped and pre-sponged my box. It doesn't matter which order you do it in, but I have that Shimmer Sparkle, which I'm so excited about. And now I'm going to assemble my fancy box. So this will work on any of our cardstocks, textured or smooth. And as I said, I hope you can see that sparkle because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to fold my box together first. And I'll just get this seam down. And I'm just going to line up my edge. This is my favorite Big Shot die right now. It's absolutely fun and beautiful. Okay, and I'm going to put my 2 tabs down, and I've just put my adhesive on my trapezoid flaps there on the bottom. And of course I wanted some shimmer there too. So I've got shimmer all over my box. Okay, and I'm actually going to make this a gusset box. So sometimes I leave the box nice and sturdy, and other times I'm going to make it into a gusset box. So these score lines are already here on the sides of your box. I'm just going to put my fingers in, and I can crease that together. And you'll see there that the scallops line up at the top. But I'm actually going to put a little flap on the top of this box, and I didn't want to take away from the scallops because that's part of what makes this box so beautiful. So what I've done is I took a piece of real red cardstock that was a generous 3 inches wide, and I ran it through the Big Shot so I could get this matching scallop. Now this is actually only the flap of the box, so it's going to be upside down in comparison, but to me it's worth having it there because I just think it's a really pretty finish on the box. So that's why I opted to run it through, as I say, 3-inch wide piece on the Big Shot, and I just laid it on the Big Shot where that scallop was. So I've just put my sticky strip, my flap is there. You'd put your treats in, whatever you want here. And I'm just going to use my hole punch. I do apologize, normally I would have my crocodile, but it's downstairs for a class. So I'm going to cheat and just use a handheld punch here. Alrighty, sorry about that. So I Big Shotted my hole, way easier. And I've just fed my dotted real red grosgrain through the top of the bag. And I'm just going to tie myself a knot using a bow, using this ribbon. So I'm going to, if I were to try and talk my way through this, I would totally do it wrong. I'm going to make sure my dots are up. Make my loop. I'm going to go around the back, making sure my dots are up. It's going to twist when I go through. I'm going to get my bow and then just flick the end here. So I know that looked really confusing, but the trick is to always twist it so your dots are up. Okay, so you can pretty up that bow. And if you want to, what I've done here is I've made a Happy Holidays tag using the 4 Wishes stamp set. I stamped it in Stays on ink on the shimmer paper. I'll show you a trick to how to get your forked ends if you want. So what you do is you take your square punch, or you can use a tag punch, anything with that right angle, and you just take it and you just give it a little punch, and you've got yourself a really nicely shaped, because sometimes my forked ends look a little funny. Then I just glued it right onto the old olive, and I hand cut the old olive. So I've got this tag that I'm going to incorporate into my bow. And the last step is I stamped, and I love him, the snowman from the Hostess set called Snow Buddies. It's a level 2 current Stampin' Up! Hostess set. And I just colored him in using Bashful Blue, Real Red, Old Olive, and some pumpkin pie with a little bit of the white gel pen there to highlight and match the ribbon. And you've got yourself a really cute, very shimmery, sparkly, festive box. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks!